Nioh 2's third DLC, The First Samurai, is finally here, and shockingly, the official English patch notes are out already. Usually it takes a good few days or even weeks for those to appear. In today's video I'll talk you through all the new stuff I'm aware of so far, taking this from both the patch notes and from my own early experience in the DLC content. We'll talk about the new yokai, armor sets, grace set bonuses, the new difficulty and the new game features available. Stick with me for a few minutes, I'll bring you up to speed on all the changes. We'll also talk about some of the adjustments and balancing done to the game. Hopefully your previous build will come out intact. I will avoid saying too much about the story side of things, other than to say there are definitely some plot twists you don't want to miss. It rounds out the Nioh 2 journey pretty damn well. Bear in mind that I haven't quite finished my playthrough of the DLC content yet, but with the patch notes coming out earlier than expected, I didn't want to delay making this video too long. Also bear in mind that anything I say here could be changed in a future patch, so if you're watching this in a few months time, just do some fact checking before you simply take my word for it. If you enjoy the video or find it useful guys, please leave me a like or comment to let me know. Okay, let's get started. So we have a new difficulty, Dream of the Nioh. I haven't quite finished my Dream of the Wise playthrough yet, but hopefully I'll be jumping into the next difficulty in the next day or so. I'll most likely put a tips guide together once I've got a feel for the best way to approach it, for those of you who are interested. We did not get a new weapon. I was a bit disappointed about that, but I half expected it after a number of comments on one of my previous videos. It seems that in the advertisements we've seen previously for the DLC, when new weapons were mentioned, they meant new usable weapons within the existing archetypes we already had, not an actual new weapon type. We did get a bunch of new guardian spirits which look pretty solid. I'll show those off shortly. We also got some new yokai and soul cores to play around with, new armor sets and some new set bonuses. We've also got some new endgame content, which is actually the main thing I personally have been waiting for since the first DLC. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about that just now until I've got stuck into it properly myself and I know more. For now, the patch notes have simply called it the Underworld and wished us luck. From the way the patch notes are worded, we need to finish off Dream of the Wise in order to unlock this. If anyone can confirm this, feel free to drop a comment if you'd like to help those of us out who aren't quite there yet. I'll be pushing for that myself over the coming days and will most likely do some videos about the Underworld as I learn more. For now I'll show you all the stuff I've found so far and then we'll talk about some of the adjustments. So in terms of the new yokai, we've got the Nightmare Bringer, which is a real pain in the ass to fight, but the Soul Core looks awesome for potential corruption builds. This yokai came into being when a Tokumaru fused with his original guardian spirit. We've got Onyoki, which seems to be a variant of the mage type yokai we fought in the past. This is apparently one of 4 great demons employed by a noble in the Heian period. They move and fight in a similar way but have an invisibility trick up their sleeve. The Soul Core looks pretty good for a backstab and stealth type build. Looks like we may finally find a use for that yokai slayer armor set from the Sohoya. We've got Suki, another of the 4 great demons, with an awesome looking weapon. I wish we could get that one. The Soul Core for this one doesn't seem all that strong to me though. Good for water-based weapon builds, but with it only being a C+, I'm not sure how it will perform in action. The Soul Core ability looks like a decent AoE damage move though. We've got the Underworld Soldier, which looked like it would pair really well with anything using the finishing flare set bonus effect, or anything that does a lot of key damage and grapples. We've got Fuki, which is another of the 4 great demons. You can get a bonus to range damage for the archers out there and a decent dash key consumption reduction too. We've got Konaki Jiji, which is the old man yokai you may have seen from previous clips before the DLC came out. It cries like a baby to trick humans into thinking it was an abandoned baby, and then when they do, he grows heavier and heavier until he finally crushes them under his weight. Interesting one this, a damage bonus based on equipment weight. Might work well with my old luck build using the Child of the Sun armor. That armor set is ridiculously heavy. We've got a few more yokai, but I haven't managed to grab their soul cores yet. If anyone knows the bonuses, feel free to drop them in the comments section. So we've got Taitabushi, an orphan child who became abandoned out in the wild, corrupted by a Tokumaru who became her only friend and now works for him collecting spirit stones. We've got Harinobo, a yokai made from needles and blades. Apparently the story goes that discarded tools which house a spirit within them are prone to hold a grudge. Needles and blades are especially prone to becoming yokai and are often blessed at shrines. Obviously these ones got missed. We've got Itsumadi, which is a huge bird-like yokai. I actually thought this guy was a boss when I first encountered him. Apparently they can appear around areas where a proper burial has not taken place. Its name apparently translates to "When will this end?" And finally we've got Kinky, and yes, I thought of around 100 inappropriate and childish jokes to make here but decided to leave them out. Kinky is another of the 4 great demons said to have been employed by a powerful noble in the Heian period. This guy acts like a mini boss when you meet him. It's a pretty tough fight. In terms of guardian spirits, so far I've picked up 3 new ones. Sohaya, which has 26 attunement slots and comes with bonuses to anima for cumulative damage, elemental damage reduction and a nullify effect for confusion, and a bonus for key recovery and damage against yokai. We've got Baku, which looks awesome for corruption builds and bonuses to anima charge rate. Again, this has 26 attunement slots available for soul cores. And we've got Amabi, which comes with a lot of bonuses when taking medicine and an anima bonus on ranged hit. Unfortunately, Amabi only comes with 23 attunement slots. One thing I love about this one is the paralysis resistance. Those damn Gaki keep catching me out on harder difficulties, and I've noticed in the new DLC there are a few places with swarms of enemies, so if you're paralysed, it's easy to get yourself killed in no time. Next on the list is weapon skills. We apparently have something for everyone here, including ninjutsu and omnio. But so far the only ones I've seen talked about with any certainty are 2 new skills for split staff called Heron Kick and Changing Ways, 2 for the hatchets called Dual Hawks and Wild Surge, and 1 for the fist called Beyond Infinity. When I find out more on this, I'll most likely pull something together to help people find the hidden weapon arts. We apparently got some more character customization options too. These include new hairstyles, body markings and face decoration. In terms of new armor sets, I'll quickly show you through the ones I have discovered so far. Just hit pause on the video if you want to check out the set bonuses. Additionally, we have some new Dream of the Nioh Grey set bonuses. I found this out from 2 Clement on Reddit. There is a screenshot here of the list. Again, hit pause on the video if you'd like to check that out. I'll also include a link in the description for the Reddit thread if you want to go take a look. Okay, so in terms of the adjustments, I'll pick out a few that I consider to be major ones. First of all, something I think may cause some confusion. There has been some renaming going on for stats and bonuses. Anything that was previously labelled as attack bonus has now been renamed to damage bonus. This applies to effects tied to Amrita gauge, anima, bow damage, poison resistance and health lost. This is literally a name change only though, the effect itself has not been changed. After you've unlocked Dream of the Wise, you will now be able to craft Divine Umbra Sight, which I'm actually really happy about. Some of the ultimate bonuses have been boosted, so Ultimate Strength now does additional key damage using active skills. Ultimate Skill should now automatically trigger Key Pulse Heaven, Man and Earth, and Ultimate Heart should now give an even better bonus to key recovery. There have been a few nerfs too. These mainly seem to be centered around anima gain, so bonuses such as anima charge bonus based on your Amrita gauge or anima bonus on ranged hit now have a lesser effect than they had previously. The following soul cores have had a damage boost to their ability: Gozuki, Daidaraboki, Onryoki, Seto Taisho, Onyudo, Tsuchigumo, Tengu and Kiyoki. Shockingly, I haven't seen any soul core nerfs mentioned. That's not to say it won't happen in the future though. There have been far too many small bug fixes for me to go through on here, so I've retweeted the patch notes out on my Twitter account if you fancy taking a look for yourself. There are 8 pages in total, so get comfy if you go to read them. I do plan to release more information as and when I find out more. I'd like to cover more on the endgame content along with some juicy information about Way of the Nioh when I get into it. I hope you found this video useful guys. Leave me a like and comment if you don't mind, sub if you're new, and I'll wrap it up there. Thank you for watching, take care, stay safe, bye bye now.